just didn't want you to do the whole thing.
Hi, this is Jim from Regenerate, Don't Degenerate. Sorry to be a little bit late. The camera wasn't telling me that we weren't live. It was waiting for me to hit one more button. Still learning about this thing, but I'll get there. Learning is progress. That's what Lois tells me anyway. So we're going to start off.
Looking good.
Okay, that's my crew there. Letting me know that we're on the air and looking good and being live. So Jim from Regenerate, Don't Degenerate from Hardiness Approach. We're doing our warm-up right now, getting ourselves going. Glad that you can be here to join me today. I don't know how many people are here, but you may be watching this another time. That's fine. What I want to talk about while we're doing our warm-up is the importance of warm-up. It's very important that you have your blood flowing properly, your body functioning as if, hey, I'm moving about, so you don't surprise it with movements and cause yourself some problems. But also, your muscles are going to be warmer, the blood's going to be flowing better, you're going to be able to exercise with less chance of hurting yourself and having some of the difficulties that can come in there. That's the importance of warm-up. Also want to talk about cardiovascular. And we can actually put those two together. But as we are exercising and we're doing, now we're doing a little bit of cardio to get ourselves warm, yeah. But most of the exercises are going to be bends and stretches and lifts and all those kinds of things that get our muscles working like we want them to work. But we need to have a mix. We also need to do the cardiovascular. It's got to be included in there. So if you're only exercising once a week, what I suggest you do is 1 week, you do the bends, stretches, moves, lifts, all that kind of stuff. The next week, you do the cardiovascular. Now, keep in mind, we're always trying to progress ourselves forward to where we can do a bit more. We want to work ourselves up there. The recommendation is that we are doing like 150 minutes a week of exercise. So that can be 5 30-minute sessions, for instance. Does that come up to 150? So that gets us up to 150 minutes. So that would be 5 times a week. So some of us may have a ways to go to get there, and that's fine. We progress towards that. What you can do is one day you do the bend, stretch, move, list stuff. The next day you do the cardiovascular. And what we're working toward, and we don't have to be there, we can start with 5 minutes. What we're working toward is able to do 30 minutes of at least moderate exercise per day for 5 days. That's like, if we can get there, we're doing what the American Heart Association and all the other scientific folks are telling us our body really needs to have us doing. And that may seem like impossible to you. We're not going to get there by next week. We're going to take our time. We're going to take it easy. Now, like I say, if our warm-up is all you can do, then just warm up. That's fine. I want to keep talking. I'm going to warm up a bit more to show you that we should go like 10 minutes of this if we're really doing a half hour's worth of exercise. The first 10 minutes is warm-up. The last 5 minutes is cool down. So you can see we've only got 15 minutes in there where we're exercising. So it's not that much that we're doing. Anyway, that said, what I'm doing, and this is like the goal that you can set for yourself when you're in really great shape and it's all happening like you want to, is I'm attempting to do cardiovascular for my warm-up, like a half hour of cardiovascular, and then do my exercises for 30 minutes. Now, obviously, me doing these videos and so forth, I'm going to get plenty of exercise time, and I need to start doing more so I can get some saved up, because I promised for folks who are sedentary a bit, not sedentary, but restricted to being in chairs, wheelchairs, that I'm going to have some specific adaptations for you, some exercise progressions for you as well. I can't do it all at once. So hang with me, be patient with me. We'll get all of that in time, and it'll all be there so that we have something for, I don't know about everybody, but as many everybody's as I possibly can. That's what I'm working towards. So we've got our goal right now that I'm giving you as your goal. You may have some other goals, but this is the one I recommend you look at. you're going to work yourself up to the point that you can do a half hour of moderate exercise. If you can only do that 1 day a week, that's fine, but that's the goal. We're trying to get up to that half hour. Now, we're going to move that to where you can do it 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 5 days a week. If we can get you to that point, wow, we will have made a big, big difference. That's what we want. That's what I want to see for you, because I know the effect that's going to have on you. And being able to be the person you want to be, do the things that you want to do. Couple more minutes here of doing this movement. I really want to hang with this to get us doing fairly close to 10 minutes of getting ourselves moving. Pick those knees up a little bit higher if we can. That's fine. We'll work up to that eventually. And for those of you who are in chairs, we're sitting here, we're just doing this thing. We're doing as much of this as we can. Sitting, standing, whatever we have to do. Now, for those of you who can't stand, but you need a little balance, this kind of thing, whatever it takes. The idea is, what can you do? Do it. Don't stop doing it just because it's hard and you're worried that it's going to hurt you. What I'm trying to tell you is you do enough of these exercising things that we're talking about here. I can't promise all your pain's going to go away, but I do know this. You're going to diminish it. You're going to make it the problems that you have from it. Well, yesterday we did bottom to top. Today we're going to do top to bottom. And it's boring. We're really going to do the same stuff, right? But this is fun because we know what we're doing here. We know where we're heading. So let's start with our necks. We're going to look down. We're looking down. Remember, core engaged. Get this core engaged. You don't have to have it super tight where you just totally tense, but engaged to where it's there, ready to help you out. And if you're standing up, feet about shoulder width apart, we don't want ourselves slumping forward. See how my hand, you want your hands out here, shoulders back a bit, okay? And I'm not able to watch the second hand with my head down like this. So I'm trying to count in my head and talk at the same time and remember what I'm doing. And that's hard. Okay, we're going to do heads back now, all the way back. Trying to convince our neck that it can move around. Now maybe you can't go as far as I'm going. That's fine. Do what you can do. That's all I'm asking. Do as much as you can do. And we'll keep doing it and keep doing it. And guess what? You're going to find over time that you can do more than you thought you could do. You'll get back to how you used to be able to do things. One thing that I do know is that whatever the number of our age is, we all think. Let's take our head to the side. Now, I'm not promising that you can have an 18-year-old body again. Some of that aging process that everybody talks about that happens because of age. Guess what? It doesn't happen because of age. Yeah, it happens while you're getting older. I agree with that. Head up to the middle. Let's take it off to the side. But it happens because you're not doing anything. You're sitting around. You're afraid to do stuff. You're too busy to do the exercising. It's not age. It's habits. It's habits. Boy, my left side's feeling a little bit stiff. Remember, we want to keep our shoulders relaxed. We're standing straight, core engaged. Back up to the top. I have a little bit of stiffness. I have to work on that. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, let's roll those shoulders. Now, if you find that, hey, Jim, you're going too fast, and you can't tell me that, all you have to do is hit the pause button, do that rest that you need in between, and when you feel like you're rested, pause button and start watching from there. It's all you got to do. Now, if I don't have the settings right and that doesn't work for me, let me know, and I'll look at my settings. We're going backwards with our shoulders now. I'll look at my settings and see what it is that I've got that's not right. Okay, shake that out a bit. Remember, core engaged still, right? We're breathing. I'm breathing because I'm talking, right? Okay, we're going to do some shoulder lifts. Let's pick those shoulders up. shrugging. We're shrugging our shoulders, right? Getting those shoulders shrugged up there so that they can feel like they're doing what they need to do. Okay, that's feeling good. A few more of those, right? We're still engaged. A little harder to keep your neck muscles relaxed when you're doing this. Try not to be tense. That's all I can ask right now, because we are kind of tensing them up as we pick them up, aren't we? Okay, let's put our arms out. We're going to do some forward circles. Forward circles. We're still breathing. You know, I didn't remind you here at the beginning because I have already done a really great job of it. Before you start this, if you know that this is going to cause you some pain, take those like 40 minutes beforehand. That's what the doctors and nurses would tell you. Reverse the direction on your arms and get that pain medication on board, get ahead of that pain. And before, drink a bunch of water. I did that. I had a bunch of water. I actually had a small breakfast before we went out and did our walk today. So we're just going to do some curls. We're working these arms. We're doing the motions of the other exercises we're going to eventually be doing to help us, but we're getting those motions so we can get them in place. Now we have a lot more we're going to work on as we go. We're doing some basic stuff. Oh, I like what Jim is doing, and I want to be part of that, and I'm going to start a habit. We're talking about a habit right now. Whether you watch this another time or however you do it. Okay, hands over your head. We're going to dip our hands back down and bring them up. At our shoulders, we're just bending at our elbows. We're still trying to stand up straight. We're not leaning back. We're not leaning forward. We're standing up straight. Picking these arms up. That may be a motion you're not used to. If you have to do anything overhead, this is a good, helpful exercise. It's also working a bit on these muscles back here, which is important. That's a very important thing to do. Keep those muscles strong and strengthened. Okay, let's let those arms down. Now, I'm going to stand to the side so you can see. I'm going to lean a little bit forward. I've got my knees flexed, my feet about shoulder width apart. I'm going to put my arms back like this. I'm not going to bend at the shoulder. This isn't a shoulder exercise. This is for the muscles on the back side of the arm. We're working those a little bit more. Now, we have our rumpus stuck out. We're not, trying to deviate there. We're working on that posture a bit. Now, it may be tough at first. The more of these exercises we do, the easier it's going to be for you to get your posture right. That's what we're heading toward. Having you think about your posture and then working all of these exercises, it's going to strengthen the muscles and prep them so that you're able to have the right posture. And once we get the muscles strengthened the way they need to be, and you're working toward having the right posture, you're going to find a lot of your pains start diminishing. That's my intention. Okay, we're going to be doing the trunk twists. At this time, we're not going to twist ourselves down here. We're just going to twist the top, okay? We're just twisting our back. We're not twisting at our hips. We're going to do that eventually. Right now, we're just twisting these top parts, okay? Because we're working on our back. And this is doing a little bit on the shoulders, not too much. We'll get there eventually. Can't do everything all at once. I do promise you, as we get this habit going, every day is going to be a little bit different because we're going to work on different body parts, different pairs. And what you can do is you can pick and choose. If you have certain things that are feeling like they aren't working right, okay, now we're going to go all the way around at the hips too, okay? But if you have certain body areas that don't seem they're functioning right, you're going to find some of these exercises, and I'll key you in on which ones they are, or for certain body areas. And you can go back and repeat those for those body areas. I know what I have Renda doing, who sits at the computer, working on producing the videos that we're producing and some of the other writing that she's doing. A lot of time sitting there at the computer. So her ergonomics have got to be right. But even when the ergonomics are right, she starts having a lot of pains and discomfort. So she's doing more and more exercises to compensate for that and to help that out. Okay, let's take just a short break here. We've been exercising for a bit. Have yourself some water. It's time for some water. let you catch your breath, get that hydration going for you. Okay, we've just done the shoulders. What we want to do now is we're going to be working on our lower back a bit, a little different order than we've done. We're going to spread our feet apart. Once again, if you need to angle your feet out to keep your balance better, that's fine. As your balance gets better, you can have your feet more in line with one another. We're going to be pushing back into our heel. Heel is on the ground. We're pushing into that leg. We're standing up straight. Core is engaged. And this is an isometric that's going to help these muscles in the back of the leg and strengthen them. That's one area that causes us quite often if we're have bad posture, we're tending to lean forward because these muscles back here aren't as strong as they need to be. So we want to work on those a bit. That's kind of what this is helping, is to get those muscles activated to where they're working for us and helping us keep ourselves upright. Because when you do that leaning forward thing, we're going to switch legs here. When you do that leaning forward thing, once again, keep breathing, right? Then your weight is not around the right area. Your center of gravity isn't where it should be. And your joints are being affected because you're not sitting on them the way they were designed for you to sit on them. And guess what happens when you do that? Your muscles hurt and your joints hurt because you're stretching and pulling and things just aren't working right, and you're tweaking your joints and you're getting some pain there. That's a big part of what causes the problem. I know other things exist as well. You overcome this and those others won't be as effective on you. So this next one, if you're in a chair, if you're standing, you can do pretty much the same action, but if you're in a chair, I still don't have that deviation for the leg one, for the chair folks, sorry. But we're going to lean ourselves forward, and we just kind of let ourselves go. And don't hold yourself back. If you can go further, go further. Just kind of let your head hang down. And if you're standing, this is kind of what's happening to you. Let me do a side view so you can see what it looks like from the side. And I'm just going to let myself hang down. And as I relax and let this go more, it's going to let me drop more and more, which is increasing flexibility in here in your hips, and it's stretching out these muscles that are in the back a bit and letting them get better positioned. They tend to hold you from being able to move because they're not used to going further. So if you just kind of let them relax and hang, they're going to let you go a little bit more. They're going to realize, hey, we can do this. We can do this. And some of it's going to be your joints and your back there, between your backbone. You can only go down this far, but this far, that's fine. Do what you can do. That's the real point here. That's what we're working on. That's where we're trying to go. Okay, come up slowly. Very slowly. Okay, now we're going to do some the squats. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name of it. I'm going to go down like that. If you can, go down as far as you can. Slowly come up. Down slowly. Slowly up. We're not in a hurry. We're making the movements. Now once again, you see I'm leaning a little bit forward as I go into this. Trying to keep my center of gravity together. That's an important part, is understanding your center of gravity, where it is as you make movements. Trying to keep it in, trying to keep your body balanced over your center of gravity. When you do that, there's less stress on your joints and your muscles that are trying to compensate and take care of you. A couple more of these, I think that'll be fine. Okay. Gonna do everybody's favorite. We're gonna do some lunges. Just out with one foot, out with the other. A little bit of a dip, okay? Little bit of a dip. Now, if you're going to do a couple of these, do a couple. You can keep up with me, keep up with me. If you can go out further without hurting yourself, do that. If you can dip deeper without hurting yourself, do that. That's where we're going to progress with these, okay? These are great also for warm-ups if that's what you're trying to do. This whole series can be a warm-up if you're doing a lot more vigorous kind of activity, kind of exercises. There are folks your age and older who exercise for up to an hour a day. Those are the ones you see that are spry and healthy and doing all kinds of things. What we're doing today would be their warm-up, and then they really start exercising. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm saying that those things are possible. It's something that's very capable for us to do. Okay, hopefully you can see my feet. We're going to go up on our toes, up on our, my balance is not there. I'm going to need the chair to do that, see? Up on our heels, up on our toes. Up on our heels, up on our toes. Up on our heels, up on our toes. Notice how my balance shifts a little bit. That's okay. Keep working on that to where you can keep your balance better. I have terrible balance for my ankles. Always have since I was a little kid. I've never overcome that. That's one of my goals, is to overcome that. A little harder to do when you're sitting down, but nevertheless you can do it up on your toes. Can you see that? Up on your heels, up on your toes, up on your heels, up on your toes, up on your heels. Now the next one is just the flexibility thing, up and down here. We're just working on the flexibility. Keep that going. This is an important part of balance. Now let's see if we can twirl them around. 4, 5, let's go the other direction. Okay, other foot. Bring it up, push it down. Bring it up, push it down. Yeah, there we go. This is so important to have these flexible. We were doing the strengthening on the others. And if you're standing up, perhaps a little more challenging, but you got one foot out there and you're doing this. Let's do the in the circle. Back around the other way. I'm so uncoordinated, I have to move my whole leg to get it to go. It's an important one to do. So we're going to do a little bit of cooling down here so that we can start getting ourselves where we need to be. Hopefully you can see as I do this, this is one we haven't done. This is a good one for limbering up. We're not going to push. This is called cat-cow. This being the cat, this being the cow. So it's just a slight movement. We're not pushing things hard. We're not trying to strain. We're just nice, slow movement that's not going to tire us. We're keeping our core engaged, though. We haven't relaxed to the point that we're not engaged in our core. Okay? Not doing that. And then from that, let's rock ourselves back. No, I promised a towel. Just a minute. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Going to demonstrate with my shirt at least what I'm talking about with the towel. If you can't go into the full position, you can put this back like this and you can sit on that and then take yourself down as far as you can go. Now, if you're a little more flexible, you can come all the way down like that. Spread your legs apart, maybe even get your forehead on the ground. That's what we're shooting for. We want to get that far. But for those of you who aren't there yet, got your towels behind your legs, and you're going down just as far as you can. Hands on the ground. And you're relaxing, and you're breathing, and you're thinking, wow, Jim, thanks. This is great. You've got me moving. I'm doing things. I'm excited. I feel like I'm actually making some progress here. It's wonderful. I know that I'm going to feel better. I feel better about myself. My aches and my pains are going to go away. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to have better balance. I'll be able to do more. I'm going to be able to sustainably live in place. I'm excited about that. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Sustainably living in place. If we want to sustain ourselves, yeah, we all need a little bit of help from time to time. But the more we can do for ourselves, the stronger we are about it, the better off we're going to be. And it also puts us in a better position to help other people. And really, isn't that what life is about? Trying to help everyone else. So thanks for being part of this today. If you have special requests, let me know what they are. And like, subscribe, the little bell up here, if you click on that, you'll get notifications, supposedly. Sometimes that doesn't always work, so what I suggest you do is go to our website, which is hardinessapproach.com, look for the exercise fitness page, and on there there's a place you can sign up, and I will send you email notifications of what we're doing with these exercises. So if you are away for a while, you can get in your email what's been going on and links so you can know what to do. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is an exciting journey, and have others join us. Invite your friends. Get a group together. This is a great thing to do. Thanks for watching.